The middle name that was all but banned on the campaign trail will make a return appearance on Inauguration Day on January 20th. The president-elect has decided to be sworn in as Barack Hussein Obama. Mr. Obama said of his decision, quote, "I think the tradition is that they use all three names, and I will follow the tradition, not trying to make a statement one way or the other." We continue now with Pat Cadell and Coulter. And Coulter, you have a question for Mr. Combs.
Would you like to interview me, Ms. Coulter?
I will.
You're ceding the floor.
These many months
Here we
when
go.
you were accusing me of committing a hate crime by using our president-elect's middle name, it turns out he likes it.
Well, of course he
That's what
likes
he
his
wants
middle
to be
name.
called.
Here's the deal. You kept referring to him as the Hussein Obama.
Yeah, he wants to be
Why
called
wouldn't you use his
Hussein.
first name?
It gets kind of long.
I say Barack. That takes a lot of time.
You weren't complaining that you're not using Barack. You were complaining that I was using Hussein.
You would not use.
And by the way, not only do you owe me an apology, but Michelle Obama owes me an apology for calling it was a fear bomb that we were dropping by calling him Hussein. And that quote that Sean just gave of his in that same interview, he also said that this was in order to reboot our relations with the Muslim world because you know the reason they're upset is because we're so mean to them.
Would you like me to respond now that you're asking the question?
Yes, I would like my apology. Now I'm ready.
No, my response, not an apology. You used his first initial, diminishing his first name, so you could let me finish. So you could underscore his middle name, and your intent in using his middle name is different than the intent that Barack Obama has to use his middle name.
No, it's the exact same intent.
Let me finish, and you'll get a chance.
He wants Muslims to like us. I think he wants Muslims to like us. He is following
tradition in terms of how a president is sworn in. You purposely underscored his middle name, diminishing his first name, to point out they had the name of a terrorist. That's what you were doing.
It cannot simultaneously be a hate crime to use a man's middle name and for him to turn around and say, yes, you did. And she called it a fear bomb, and to turn around and for him to say, this is going to change our relations with the Muslim world.
And I think you are a hate crime.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Pat Cadell, I think it's time to weigh in here. Go ahead, Pat.
I am just going to say, when Jimmy Carter ran, he ran as Jimmy Carter, and when he was sworn in, he was sworn as James Earl Carter, Jr.
He didn't say that was going to reboot relations with the South.
Go ahead,
and let me finish, Ann, but let me say, I think it is going to be a shock to a lot of people, though, on Inauguration Day, because I tried it today. Once I heard we were discussing it, I asked 5 people whether they knew what his middle name was, and no one knew. And when I told them, 3 of them were kind of surprised, to say the least.
How is it going to be a
lot
shock,
of people,
Pat?
you can say this. No, I'm just saying there's nothing to it. I just say a lot of people are going to be surprised that they didn't know.
Well,
but conservatives have been all over the place trying to use his middle name for the purpose of scaring people that he's got the same name as the guy we deposed in Iraq.
Do you think we could get all of his aliases before he's sworn in on the Quran, I imagine?
Now, Ann.
Oh, God.
Do you want to actually marginalize yourself by saying that? You really believe
the
that?
last time you said that, it was when I was using his middle name, and he likes it.
Well, you did marginalize yourself. And by saying he'd be sworn in on the Quran is also marginalizing yourself, because you know that's not you.
Can we get off?
You believe
No, because I know he's an atheist.
Do you believe he's a
No, I think he's an
Christian?
Atheist.
He's not a Christian.
You're like all liberals.
You don't believe he's accepted Jesus Christ into his heart.
Let me ask Pat Cadell. Hang on a second. Let me ask Pat Cadell. Pat, is it now acceptable to say, like we say, George W. Bush, George Herbert Walker Bush, Ronald Wilson Reagan, Richard Milhouse Nixon, Hillary Rodham Clinton? Is it now acceptable to say Barack Hussein Obama? Is it okay now?
Apparently so. He made it okay, and now I'm sure the mainstream press will say it's okay.
It's okay.
It wasn't in the
now, one thing that he did say here, Pat, is he said, I'll do what everybody else does. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Jimmy Carter, didn't he just say just Jimmy Carter? And Ronald Reagan didn't say, Ronald Reagan went as Ronald Reagan, not as Ronald Wilson Reagan.
No, I don't think they necessarily used his middle name in Reagan.
Carter did not.
We should all go back and look. We're all going to do this tomorrow for sure.
Well, whether they used it or not, he specifically has said he wants to use Hussein in order to quote reboot relations with the Muslim world.
That. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying there are going to be a lot of surprised people who had no idea.
But he's saying he's doing it.
He's listening to me.
Wait a minute. But here's, I guess, the point. And I'll throw this to Ann. The fact is that if anybody used it, that was it. They crossed this political correct line, and they were excoriated, you included, my buddy Bill Cunningham in Cincinnati.
By McCain, that stellar candidate of ours.
By John McCain was mad at him, and so now, all of a sudden, now it's acceptable.
Right.
It's about
and by
intent.
the way, you know what it's like?
It's about intent. It's why you use it.
You're reading my mind. If somebody says Barack Hussein Obama, you can tell what they mean?
Her intent, saying be Hussein Obama, was to underscore his middle name to scare people.
We were trying to scare people in Coulter.
To make the exact same point he's making, that he would reboot relations with the Muslim world. I was afraid he would do that. Apparently, he does want to do that. And by the way,
he wants to give a big speech in
These liberals are always doing this bait and switch on us with the names. Hillary did the same thing because Bill Clinton lost an election as governor when she was going by Hillary Rodham. So she ran for president as Clinton. As soon as he was elected, she announced to the world, as Hussein just had, I'm now Hillary Rodham.
Exit question. You are now taking yourself off of television till you come back and start your new book.
Right here.
Can you give us a clue what the new book is?
Alan's in it.
Is that good? Anything for book sales.
Oh, no.
Yes, you are.
Anything for book
I'm not worried about me. What do you say about Alan? What's the book about? Give us.
Well, the title of it is Guilty: Liberal Victims and Their Assault on America.
I hope you use my middle name.
Is it Hussein? No, it's Stalin.
It's what?
Stalin.
She said Stalin.
I'm not even going there. You know, you're on your own. You're on your own.
Well, do you guys want to shake it? Can you only have 2 more appearances?
Is your middle name Hart or Heartless?
Now, the truth is you guys are friends, right?
Yes, we are friends.
Yes, I'm going to miss him. I told you. I think you're going to be like Paul McCartney without John Lennon.
I would say we're friendly.
There you go.
Which one am I, Paul or John?
But I never went to your house for a coffee to launch your career.
We check in with Greta.